Brought to you by Madisonville Marine. How is this for deals, folks? Up to $2,500 back on select models of Skeeter bass boats. Up to $3,000 back on select models of G3 boats. That's the kind of deal going on right now at Madisonville Marine. But you got to go see them soon. These deals don't last forever. Madisonville Marine, they've always got great deals, but these deals, $2,500 back, $3,000 back, that is motivation to drive to Highway 411 North in Madisonville. There's no better place to buy a boat. No better bunch of VFLs than we have right here. Mike Stoll, Sterling Hinton, Will Overstreet. All right, as my former quarterback who went through a quarterback flip-flop when he was at UT, your thoughts on taking Garantano out and then going back to him?
My thoughts are simple. Just make it part of the plan. When I played and I started for UT, I brought it back from unranked to number 4 in the nation. And every game I played, my backup quarterback was then Andy Kelly, played a series. It was part of the game plan. Now, when he starting Andy, the game plan changed. And I did not get that same series that Andy got every game going for the rest of the season. Now, as a grown man, I tell you, it's probably better for the team because the quarterback has to keep in rhythm. But then you have a couple years later when you have your Heisman Trophy winner, Charlie Ward, who started at Florida State, gets benched the entire game because his coach wanted him to see the game from the sidelines. You have to know your players. You have to know your team. Whatever works best for the team, that's what the coach has to do. The quarterback position holds the ball every play. He's in control out there. He writes the check for the entire program. That's the responsibility that you take is playing a position, and sometimes tough things happen at it.
All right, very good. Let's take a look at the quarterback numbers from yesterday. You see Mauer's numbers, you see Garantano's numbers there. I ask you as a group, while those numbers are up there, I ask you as a group, teammates are usually pretty cold in these decisions. You rarely get we played with this guy for a long time, we don't want to see the switch. I mean, I remember I'm a Patriots fan, I remember when they went from Bledsoe to Brady and there was no tears shed for Bledsoe. It's just like, whoever, just win. And Callaway, yesterday, Marquez Callaway, they asked him about it, and I'm going to paraphrase. I didn't print the quote, so I apologize. But the paraphrase quote was he basically said, well, they did it to get his head right, and it's good for him to get his head right because you got to know that if he doesn't, this is what's going to happen. All right, as teammates, as guys on a football team, take your quarterback hat off. You've seen it through different lenses, but do you think this team is ready for a quarterback switch? Do you think they're going to pout one way or the other?
I don't think they're going to pout one way or the other. I think if they think another guy gives them a better chance to win, obviously we know they're going to select with that guy. And because at every other position, that's what they would do. And I think right now the real question was, where was his head? I think that was a clear message to say the attitude you're displaying, how you're showing, how you're leading this team right now is not the way we need to go. And I think you have some teammates that were having a little back and forth at times on the sideline too that were thinking that. And you saw a little bit more pep in their step when they brought in somebody else new
for one series.
For one series,
yeah.
But I'm just saying, I think
I know you often get that when you make the one series switch.
Yeah, and I think they needed just some energy, and eventually you got to insert something. And I think right now it's going to come down to how do they respond in practice this week. Of if Garantano's head's down because he got benched for part of it, then the team's probably going to say we got a better chance with the young guy than we got a guy that's sitting around sulking.
What if they're both looking over their shoulder? Because you put Mauer in, took him out when he started making mistakes. What do you do then? Mike, let me ask you, what's best for Mauer moving forward? All right? I mean, play him against Georgia, Mississippi State, Alabama, or do you do what they did with Tyler Bray? And you let the other guy take the beating, and then all of a sudden when the schedule turns and gets a little easier, hey, Tyler Bray can go out and throw for 400 yards. Do you wait and put Mauer in at UAB? Do you rotate these guys? Do you just go week to week? How do you handle this if it's Coach Stoll?
Yeah, I think you got to handle it in a week-to-week situation. You never know exactly what's going to happen. They benched Garantano because he was afraid to throw the football. He was afraid to make a mistake. When you play to not make a mistake, you play and you get beat. And it was clear. And I saw it, and I was like, he has crawled into his shell. He's not going to do something. Mauer came out, boom, he was zinging the ball. I mean, he was fearless. Now,
into coverage.
Now, Jim Chaney said, hold on, time out. Let's pull him back off. The easy, Cowboy. So, I think, and I don't think it was Pruitt that pulled him back out. I think it was, okay, Chaney saw him making throws like, okay, son, don't make those throws yet. You're not there. You're thrown into coverage you don't see well enough. But I think it's a week-to-week situation. I don't think you throw him into Georgia as a start. I don't think you throw him in, but I think you have a situation where he is in the back of your mind going to play because he does different things than Garantano does, and so you use that in your game plan with eyes on of, okay, if he does what he can do, I turn the reins over to him because he is my future. Garantano right now is not playing the way he should be playing.
All right. And when I say Pruitt yanked it, buck stops with Pruitt.
Yeah,
Maybe it is
but
Chaney.
it was Chaney. Chaney's
Right.
the one because he sees it from the field like, oh, he shouldn't throw that ball or he should throw that ball.
But from an overall coaching perspective,
Yes. Yeah.
if you're a freshman, you go out there, you make a mistake, they pull you back out. I just wonder where that goes. We'll see. We'll find out how that works for him. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. We know we'll have all of you guys back. Here's my next question for the next group. Would the 2019 Vols beat the 2018 Vols? And if not, what's to blame for the regression? Roster churn? Coaching? What's the deal? Come on back.